Hello and welcome, ladies and gents, to the Los Vaqueros 1v1 tournament. I believe we are now watching the round 3 between JV and George. It's a 1v1 tournament. Every match is played in a best of 3. First of all, we go into this map, aim a red line. After that, we go to pistols, and the last, if needed, will be the op battle between the two. So here we go. 1v1, JV and George. My radar is for some reason currently all black, as you can see in the top left. Not sure if that's supposed to be like that or what, but yeah, we'll just have to ignore it. Not like we have anything to see in particular. So JV starting off. Oh, nasty one tap. I was told that JV is one of the players to be on a lookout. Can we get pretty much a replay here? This time, a couple of bullets go missing. Still knows the position of George. George this time playing it a bit more carefully. Goes interesting enough for the M4, for the lesser weapon out of the two, possibly because of the spray, but JV still gets the battle done, and it's a quick 2-0. JV holding the tight angle, waiting to see where George will pop up, considering the flank option. George, on the other hand, I don't think he knows where JV is, making sound, but they're pretty far away, so there's no way there's any sound cues going off right now. George, nice timing for him, drops down JV pretty low. JV on only 16 HP, but still alive and kicking. Pretty much one bullet decides it here. 38 for George and only 16 for JV. Let's see if he can manage to close it out. One bullet is all it needs, and George will be the one taking this one, making the score 2-1. Goes to on aggressive straight up. JV, this time he's the one on the M4, and George being really aggressive, catching JV off guard, and it's George equalizing the score. Prevail between the two. George bites the bullet, only 10 HP left. JV a bit held here and finds the last missing piece. Taking the lead once again, 3-2. JV spots George early on, gets damage, but the headshot is there. Doubles the lead, 4-2. We just keep on going. Once again, the same angle, but this time George, even JV congratulates him on that one. A really nice one tap. Let's see if George can make it another one. Although this time, not really sure about the positioning of JV. Spots him, spots the head. Wild spray, misses a bit. Does a bit of damage, but that's pretty much it. JV, 48 HP, he's in a struggle. George is holding this one tight, and George will win it. And not a single point of HP lost. Let's see if he do it once again. 4-4. Ooh, George, JV ducking under the box there, but the box is just too small. George still finds the headshot. Pretty equal, these two. George now spots JV, spots the head. JV needs to be careful about those structures. JV, a wild battle between the two. Spots George in the open. George taking the not so much of a good angle there, exposing himself as a whole. JV gets that one with ease, 5-5. Through the box, trying to get a lucky headshot. This time George is the one ducking under, trying to avoid JV. He's the one leading with the HP, and the spray down finishes the job, and George takes the lead first time in this match. And JV is surprised how that spray didn't hit, I guess. Spots head once again. George, extend the lead. Ooh, gets hot headshot through the box. Only 2 HP left, but he is the one taking the round. Nicely done. Almost bailed out by the box. 2 HP left and gets the round. 7-5. JV with a quick response with the M4. There's no head armor, so that there's actually no difference between the M4 and the AK. you could argue that the M4 is even better. George, he knows about the positioning, but JV is ready. I mean, the spray is easier on the M4 compared to the AK, so why not go for it? 7-7 last round of the half. Let's see who's gonna take it. George spots JV. This time JV is the one getting headshot through the box. Only 37 HP though. Pretty thick box right there. See JV. Shoulder peek spots George, but George once again prevails. And we went back and forth, and at the end of half, George is the one with the lead, 8-7. Nicely done. This first map really down to the wire. Let's see if JV can turn it around. George on the lookout, spots JV and gets the frag. Better timing for him. JV with the reaction, not precise enough. And George leads by 2. Right now by 3 as I say it. Quick headshot right there. And let's see JV, he needs to find the response. I think this is the biggest lead we had yet. 3 rounds in favor of George. JV spots him, goes for the spray, couple of bullets, couple of bursts, 22 HP on him, 33 on George. George now on 7, really tight round, but George he's the one with the more patience, I'd say. JV maybe feeling the heat, being 4 rounds down. George now recognizing where JV is by the sounds, by the spray, that now definitely knows. But as you can see, he's playing it really patiently. Unfortunately for him, JV this time better on the trigger. Sticking with the AK for a couple of rounds. On the other hand, George as well. JV playing it really, really carefully right now. While George is all over the place trying to find JV. Does he spot him? I don't think he did. But JV now, considering that George hasn't shown himself for quite a while, he's expecting some sort of a aggressive play, and George, the cat and mouse fight right here. JV gets the better of it, 11-9. Only 2 rounds lead. Ooh, that's Peaker's advantage right there in favor of George as he extends the lead once more, 12-9. Only 4 more rounds, and he will take the lead in this best of 3. Switches to the M4 from the AK. 81-66. George once again. Wide peak. Drops JV to 27. Let's see now. Switches back to the AK. Waits for JV and gets the frag. 2 HP. Once again, George left with the 2 HP, so a couple of these rounds, yeah, 98, that's what JV is saying. 98 every time. That's really unlucky, but it is what it is. 13-10. JV with a good round. Spots George from the spawn. That's an unlucky spawn for George. Lucky for JV, on the other hand. 13-11. We're going full 30 rounds, it seems, in this one. JV trying to take the angle over the box. Spots George. No bullets land. Now spots each other, and George with the spray once again. 14-11. Wow, that's a great recovery. George definitely had an upper hand coming into that angle, but JV with the quicker reaction gets the nice headshot. Let's see if he can take another run. Spots George, knows where he is. It's a pretty crucial round. George either goes to match point or JV closes down to only 1 round lead for the CT. Spots him once again, trying through the box, spamming left and right, not getting a single bullet yet until he closes it out with the headshot. 14-13. Now pressure is on George. Couple of rounds won for JV in a row. So let's see if George is ready over here. Oh, a wild spray misses out. JV ducks under the box. So now George has no idea. The JV moves all the right to the right, and that's exactly what JV planned. 14-14, and we are going all 30 rounds. JV now, how many is that in a row? 3 in a row to equalize the score. Stepping up when it's needed the most. George drops down. doubt that JV heard that. Now spots him. Definitely knows he's behind the red container. George trying to relocate. Not successful so far. 43 HP, 12 HP. Both players really red. 4 HP, and JV wins the battle. Goes for a wide peak. 15 to 14. Can JV close it out here, or is George taking us to overtime? This is really down to the wire. They spot each other. George, one bullet is all he needs. Spot JV once again. Goes for a wide peak, and he gets the headshot. Wasn't the one shot, but still the spray does it again. 15 to 15, and what can you say? First match we're watching and going to overtime straight up. I'm not sure. Am I supposed to? Oh, overtime. I was wondering if I should ready up once again or not, but we're going to overtime straight up. MR3 overtime, as you can see. JV takes the lead. Nice headshot right there. A lack of one taps on both sides, I'd say. Ooh, JV taking the high ground. I think he spotted George. Spots him once again. Ooh, takes his time. I don't know what was that for. JV once again spotting George, dropping down. 49 HP. George now fully expecting where JV is coming from. JV just behind the box. Spots who first, and George is the one who will take it. 16 to 16. JV this time going for the M4. He definitely had an upper hand there. I think he had a clean shot. Wanted to take his time, make it worthwhile, but in the end lost it. 16 to 16. George knows where JV is. Around the boxes, headshot once again. This is the third time George gets headshot through the box and survives. And again 2 HP. Oh my god, JV is gonna be so pissed. Yeah. 98. This is the third time. 98. I'm guessing 98 in like 3 or 98 in 4, considering it was through the box, but god damn, so unlucky for JV. On the other hand, George could be happier about it. George going with the wild spray. JV survives on 48. Let's see if he gets some late luck on his side when it's needed the most. 29 HP now. George 74. And George is the one winning it. A wild fight there. George once again with the map point. 18 to 16 at the moment. Both players wielding AKs. George spot him, and that's what I want to see. No sprays, just one taps. And 19 to 16, George takes the W. Takes the lead 1-0. JV with a bit of a present from Valve, from Gaben himself, for those unlucky 98s he did to George 3 times. Not sure it's gonna be enough to remedy the defeat he had in this first map, but it is what it is. Continuing on, we're going to a map USPS. So let's see. Now we get to see those. Now we get to see those one taps, and who's gonna be better of the two. As far as I can tell, 20 players participated in this 1v1 tournament. The prize pool is 30 bucks for the first and 10 for the second, so there's definitely some prize on the line. You can buy a pretty decent skin with 30 bucks, I'd say. Or some sort of a cheaper gaming mouse. Nice clean new mouse pad if needed. Let's ready up here quickly as players are looking to get it started. 10 seconds and we are underway. George leads 1-0, so he needs only this map to win it all. Interestingly enough, okay, I want to say P2K for both players, but instead George is the one taking the USP, goes for an aggressive approach, moves forward. JV holding an angle, they spot each other. Who's the better pistol player? That's the answer here. see who can pull out the Dennis or the Forest, and it's going to be JV with the P2K. 1-0 for him. George spotted his legs, shooting through the ramp. George dropped down to 21. JV still needs to be careful. One bullet to the head could do it for George, but still JV just quick out of spawn. George, I think, caught napping there. Not really realizing that JV could go for him so quick. Oh, the headshot angle. Not precise enough, but JV with the P2K. I don't know how he does it. I hate the pistol. If you ask me, the USPS is so much better. But JV proving me wrong. Holding the angle once again, expecting where George could come from. 58 HP, drops him down. 44, George dropping lower and lower. JV still standing on a healthy 92. I think he definitely heard him now running to the left, expecting the angle. This should be an easy job for JV, and that's exactly what it is. Goes to 4-0 for JW. George still to find a round here. He won the aim red line, but pistols seem like a whole different battle here, as George is struggling heavily. JV once again being really quiet. That's the difference here. George is creating a lot of noise, and JV is always ready for those angles. Well, and exactly like that, dancing around the wall. JV takes another one and another one. 5-0 for JV. This time he goes wide. This is a mano-mano battle in the open. Catch-out angle, can he take it? Oh my god, all the bullets miss, and finally George gets the round. 5-1. Still not over, of course. There's plenty of rounds to be played out. JV going up the ramp once again. George being spotted, does a little bit of damage. 74 for JV. The flick is not there. Dancing between the walls. All the bullets miss. George having the lead in this one so far, but doesn't matter. One bullet to do it all. 6-1 JV straight up takes the round. After that, one by George. And he's really sweating this one. He's holding all the tight angles, walking around, not making any noise. This time that it doesn't help George winning it. 6-2. George is definitely the one feeling it. Finally, a really nice headshot. Let's see if he can do it again. 6-3. Pretty much the same spawns as before. George, this seems like a replay. Oh my god. Nice. George waking up. 6-4. JV's lead is starting to crumble. Once again spotted. Can we get another one tap? Please. Couple of bullets to win. George goes for the repeat. JV is ready, and it's going to be the 7th. Switches out to the USP. I'm pretty sure JV has USPs all over the floor as well. Just he prefers the P2K. Has the stat track one as well. 165 kills, so definitely the one he prefers. George once again being the aggressive one. I think he definitely now knows that JV has to be on the left. There's no way he's on the right. Goes into the angle. JV once again had the advantage there. Could have been a nice headshot, but couldn't land it. 86-86. Missing all over the place. That wooden slope could be wallbang, but George takes it the other way around. 7-5. They spot each other in the middle. George once again going up close and nicely. Spots JV, tries to spam the wooden slope, but doesn't get any damage done. 51 to JV, 85 now. They definitely know each other's position, but let's see if George can nail it. And JV is really sweating it. You see, he really wants to win this one. And why not? I mean, if he loses, he's out, so he definitely needs the W. JV around the corner, spots George, but George with a nice switcheroo right there. quick shoulder peek into a headshot, 7-6, and it's really, really close once again. Despite the lead that JV had in the start, 5-0 if I'm not mistaken. George right back at it. Now a wild fight between the two. 39 HP for George. Doesn't matter. Once again, he is the one taking the round. 7-7. Who's gonna take the lead at the halftime? See if it's going to be George or JV. And once again, the fight goes to George. Good half for both. I think this is the same outcome we had in the previous map, if I'm not mistaken. JV had the lead here and there, but at the end George took the half 8-7. So let's see if we go to overtime once again. A pretty even battle between the two. George being dropped a bit. JV is the one being aggressive right now. And he gets the headshot. It's funny, the one that takes the terrorist side is the aggressive one, just like in the normal games, you see? JV nailing a couple of bullets, drops down George to 70. George moving forward, gets taken down. Wow, that was a straight up drive-by by JV, running to the left and getting a headshot. 9-8, leading once again. Spots George. Ooh, headshot angle, can't land it. He's the one taking it right now. Spots George once again. Straight up battle, George to 26, but once again lives and wins the round. A couple of these rounds, you know, taking into consideration both maps, George won with only a sliver of HP. Once again, spot JV. Really nicely done. 10-9. Back and forth, back and forth. Once again, George now with the lead by 1. JV dancing around, going for the crouch peek, trying to be as accurate as he can. Still doesn't get the job done. 29 HP on George, 72 on JV. George going for the wide peak. Now he has to reload, and that was the time for George to make something happen. But JV still stays alive, and George, it looked like almost behind the wall, still gets the headshot. 11-9. JV this time from the crouch peak gets the job done. George leading only by 1. JV really spamming it wildly on the P2K. Going for the wide peak, spamming left and right. George living on 51 HP. JV dropping to 24. He thinks George is behind the wooden plank, but George moved all the way to the right and gets the frag. Nicely done. Not sure about that spam. Caught up reloading in an awkward situation. George leading by 2 and only 4 rounds from advancing to the next round. Oh, clinical. That was a nice kill. Definitely a difference between the way these two players play their pistol rounds. George trying to go for those precise headshots. On the other hand, JV spamming it left and right. Seems like it's working. Both players crouching. Still, JV gets the job done. 13-11. Another overtime? Why not? I'm up for it. We just started and it's already going full 30 rounds. And seems like it will go once again as JV takes another one. 13-12. Let's see if we can have an equalizer here. Ooh, not. George, 2 rounds away from the W. Already leading 1-0 from the red line. Once again, a straight up bell in the open. George looking for the headshot over the wall. Doesn't find it. 87-88. Both players dropping lower and lower. George going for the patient one taps. Doesn't land it. JV is the one taking it. 13-14. My god, is every match gonna be this close? Ooh, JV this time going for the crouch peek. George dropped and killed. 14-14, and oh my god, 30 rounds once again. And let's see if JV can equalize it once again. Battle in the open. George being headshot. If George won that round with 2 HP again, I think JV would have gone crazy about it. JV JV spots him once again. All he needs is this round, and we are going to the all battle to decide it all. George dropping to 35. JV with the upper hand, definitely. George moving around. I think he definitely spotted JV. He knows where he is. Oh my god, nicely done, George. Really confident even in these last couple of rounds. And what do you know? 8-7 into the 8-7 in the first map, going to overtime, and then the same exact thing happens in the pistol match. JV pausing the match, I'm guessing after this round, because this seems live to me. George going for the headshot angle, trying to take down JV, still spots him, doing damage, can't find the last shot. 61-61, George now dropping even lower, and JV with the spam. When he gets to those closer angles, the spam is really viable, but I feel like when it's when it's a long battle from the spawns, really whiffs a lot of shots, but still, he's the one leading in at this moment, 16 to 15. Need a breather, and that's absolutely understandable. I don't think you ever go into a 1v1 tourney or a matchup and you expect to go overtime into another overtime. That seems like a lot. Let's see if I ready up. Okay. We just need to wait for George, and we're live. 16 to 15. George looking for the fight. Ooh, nice. Equalizing the score, 16 to 16. Can he take the first half of the first overtime? And who will it be? Definitely knows JV is in the corner, trying to go for those nice headshots. Let's see if he can make it. JV going up and above. Spots George. Drops him now down to 86. Battle in the open, and JV takes it 17 to 16. I mean, it wouldn't be fair if we don't go to the third map, to the Op India, I think. And it goes to overtime, of course. How else? I mean, that's the only fair thing right here. Both players displaying some good aim. JV spotting George, going for those drive-bys once again. George dropping a bit lower, knows that JV is somewhere on the right. Not sure precisely where. Now spots him, deals a bit of damage. Nothing quite, and JV... Wow, that was awkward. Was he trying to shoot him through the plank? Standing up close? Not sure. Anyways, 17 to 17. Still nothing decided in this one. George going really close. JV, I think he knows he is behind that wall, does. Nice damage, and George now drops to 25, and George is just a tank, man. Sometimes JV does all the damage, still loses the round. 18 to 17, George to win it all. All he needs is the one bullet. JV going straight up, balls to the wall, trying to get a kill. George dropping to 36, 72, and George gets it through the wood. Oh my god, that's one way of finishing it. GG, 2-0, 19 to 17 and 19 to 17, if I'm not mistaken, in the first map as well. And that's going to be George moving through to the semi-final, if I'm not mistaken. We'll take a look at the bracket in a moment. So as we can see, JvXt won against Lowens. Spicy's won against Frostbite, Akara, and Sky. Oh, okay. So we have a round 3, JvXt against BotGeorge. We just saw that match, and BotGeorge won 2-0. On the other hand, Ankara and NK. So that's where we are at the moment. And that was it for the first match. We're gonna go for a quick pause or a quick break instead, and we'll be right back with the next match.